Okay. We now invite the Honourable Minister of Gender, Youth and Child Development and his team. This is the final ministry that we'll be, the final head that we'll be looking at.
And a total of $254,994,700 has been added to the schedule under the Ministry of Land and Marine Resources, that's Head 76. Coming up next is Head 66, the Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development. You're listening to the Parliament Channel 11 and Radio 105.5 FM.
You ready, sir? Honourable members, Head 66, Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development, $230,282,670. I will now invite the Honourable Minister of Gender, Youth and Child Development, if he so desires, to make a brief opening statement for no more than 5 minutes. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. The Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development was established in 2011 to ensure that dedicated attention is given to the issues of gender, youth and child development. Over the past 3.5 years, the Ministry has focused on developing the necessary framework for effectively managing the gender, youth and child development portfolios. In this regard, the Ministry focused on policy formulation, institutional strengthening, improvement of service delivery, and building a robust monitoring and evaluation platform to measure growth and address gaps which may occur to ensure that success is achieved. In 2015, under the gender portfolio, the Ministry will continue its focus on the policy, the legislation and program to address gender equality and gender-based and sexual violence, developing the National Strategic Plan on gender-based and sexual violence, further, development of the toolkit for gender-responsive budgeting, the establishment of the National Commission for Women's Empowerment and Gender Equity, and the IT-based National Domestic Violence Registry are some of the key initiatives for 2015. Under the portfolio of youth, the Ministry will continue its implementation of the National Youth Policy while focusing on youths in challenging circumstances. A new and different curriculum for the Youth Empowerment Centers and the refurbishment of the existing centers, with the addition of 2 additional centers for girls, will also be the focus. These would include the Gatekeepers Project, Youth Volunteer, the programs at all the youth centers, and the Adolescent Intervention Program. In the area of child development, the Ministry is aware of this country's need to catch up with other development nations to bridge the gaps existing. The focus will be on ensuring that the Children's Authority is fully operational and the legislation and infrastructure is in place for its operations. A large portion of the development program will be used for the construction and refurbishment of facilities to meet the growing needs of the children associated with this is the strengthening of the families. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for the opportunity to do that.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, the question is that a sum of $230,282,670 for Head 66, the Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development, stand part of the schedule. Honourable members, the sum of $230,282,670 for Head 76, the Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development, is comprised of monies proposed for expenditure under the following subheads and items to be found in the draft estimates of recurrent expenditure and the draft estimates of development program. We go to subhead 01, Personal Expenditure, Item 1, General Administration, Item 2, General Affairs Division, Item 3, Gender Affairs Division, Item 2, Item 3, Youth Affairs, Item 5, National Youth Development and Apprenticeship Centers, Item 7, National Family Services. We go to subhead.
There's a 6.
Oh, yeah.
Child Development Centers. Sorry, yeah. Item 6.
Item 6, Child Development Center. Item 7, National Family Services. Subhead 02, Goods and Services. Item 1, General Administration. Item 2, Gender Affairs Division. Item 3, Youth Affairs. Item 4, Youth Centers. Item 5, National Youth Development and Apprenticeship Centers. Item 6, Child Development Care. Item 7, National Family Services. We go to subhead 03, Minor Equipment Purchases. Item 1, General Administration. Item 3, Youth Affairs. Item 4, Youth Centers. Item 5, National Youth Development and Apprenticeship Centers. Item 6, Child Development Care. Item 7, National Family Services. We go to subhead 04, Current Transfer and Subsidies. Item 2, Commonwealth Bodies. Item 3, United Nations Organizations. Item 5, Non-Profit Institutions. Item 7, Households. Subhead 06, Current Transfers to Statutory Boards and Similar Bodies. Item 4, Statutory Bodies. We now go to the Development Program. Subhead 09, Development Program. Item 4, Social Infrastructure. Item 5, Multi-sectorial and other services. Infrastructure Development Fund. Honourable members, the question is that the sum of $230,282,670 for Head 66, Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. Honourable members, the sum of 230, can I have your undivided attention, please? Honourable members, the sum of $230,282,670 for Head 66, Ministry of Gender, Youth and Child Development now stands part of the schedule. Honourable Minister, I wish to thank you and your staff. Thank you very much.
Chairman.